Ringing up Christopher Browell.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for 07762471196. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Yes, hello, Mr. Browell. It's Mr. Hussein here, once again, leaving yourself another daily message like a broken record. Today is Saturday, the 14th of September, 2024, and I've been leaving you daily messages since the end of August 2023. So that's a period of over a year that I've left you daily messages asking you to engage with me after you, the local authority, in collaboration with your associates and partners, came to my house and arrested me on the 8th of August 2023 on falsified, trumped-up allegations of neglect, when the reality was that it was yourself that were neglecting my brother in the community by failing to deal with his finances appropriately after having embezzled and absconded with his money. So it was you that were neglecting my brother, and as a consequence of me raising this as an alarm and raising this as an issue in the court proceedings that you had privately commissioned through your associates and partners and collaborators, namely the Manningham Housing Association, through those court proceedings, when I was highlighting the fraud and deception that was taking place, you had sought fit to come down with you, the local authority, had sought fit to come down with the police on the 8th of August, the very next day that I had made the judges aware that I will be presenting evidence to the effect that you had been committing clear fraud, deception, and corruption against myself and my brother. And as a consequence, the very next day, you came down with the police, abducted my brother, told the police to raid the house, abducted my brother, absconded with our valuable items, including my brother's passport, the British passport, so you could basically make him a ward of the state, as had been your enterprise and intentions ever since you last kidnapped him on the 3rd of August 2018. So you've been after my brother for a very, very long time, and I've been fighting you at every corner and at every step along the way, and finally you've abducted him. Now that you have taken him, all I'm asking you to provide me with a legal basis and a framework for you to have taken him in this manner, and you're refusing to do so, and we're simply looking to refuse to engage with me. What is this? You're a local authority, Bradford Council, the City of Culture, the City of Culture 2025, that's open and transparent as per your council's constitution to be open and transparent. Why are you refusing to engage with me? Come on, you've got the police on your side, you've got all the judges bought off and put in your back pocket to do as you please, to rubber stamp your court orders. You've got the police to come and arrest me and bully and intimidate me and threaten me with further reprisal actions. You've got the courts, the judges, the police, everything's rigged in your favor, and yet you're refusing to simply answer some basic of questions. How can you detain my brother in the manner that you are doing so? How is it that where is my brother's legal rights, his freedom and liberty? You can't simply bung him into a private prison and say that we've carried out a capacity assessment. He does not lack capacity, so we can take control of his finances and his life and plunder and profiteer and exploit him as much as we want. This is simply ridiculous. You know it and I know it, Mr. Browell. You have been fully aware of this. You're a social worker, and it beggars belief, how many people are you doing this to? Obviously, I am a very resilient and tenacious individual. I'm not stupid, and you've had long dealings. You, the local authority, have very long dealings with me, going back 2.5 decades. So I know you and you know me very well. But I wonder how many other people you're doing this to, how many vulnerable people that cannot dedicate and devote their life to the caring role that I have been doing, that obviously don't have numerous people that they provide care to like I do. So I wonder how many other people you're doing this to. Mr. Browell, you know yourself that what's going on here personally. I've mentioned to you about the incident where you were in the papers regarding that Winston fella, the chess player who had killed himself, and you were involved in the inquest, and it was all just once again whitewashed through, oh, lessons will be learnt while you save on money. That's what it comes down to. This is all motivated by greed and profiteering and racism and Islamophobia and prejudice. That's all you care about, is money and greed and making money and profit at the expense of the human suffering that you're inflicting on other people, particularly myself and my brother. How can it be the fact that I can't see my brother? It's my brother's birthday tomorrow on the 15th. I've told you every single day since for the last 2 weeks that I want you to arrange so I can speak to my brother on his birthday. And now I've learned from, and you're telling the carers and the care home not to let me speak to my brother and asking me to put things in writing. So I'm sending you daily email messages. And as a consequence of which, they're bouncing, today's one's bounced back saying that you're off on holiday now until the 19th of September. So you're on holiday and you're clearly receiving my emails because I'm getting a bounce back email message explaining to me that you're on holiday. What provisions have you made for my brother to go on holiday? What provisions have you made for him to come to be with his family on the religious festival of Eid al-Malad? What provisions have you made for my brother to speak or see us on his birthday, which is tomorrow? Nothing. You're doing nothing. Basically, it's a private prison operating at Sunningdale Care Home, which you're utilizing my brother's finances after plundering and profiteering from us to hold him hostage against his will. There is no court order. You're not his deputy for health and welfare. You have no lasting power of attorney for his health and welfare. You have nothing. I had a lasting power of attorney for his property and finances and health and welfare, and you needed to get that overturned as a local authority because it didn't sit right with you. So you then got the judges.
15 seconds recording time remaining.
Okay, you got the judges to prostitute at the service to overturn my lasting powers of attorney. You not got lasting powers of attorney or any legal authority to detain my brother. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow. I'm not going to see him, and this is your fault as a local authority and there'll be consequences. There's a daily charge for this villainy and evilness that you're perpetrating against us.
To leave your message, press 1. To review message, press 2.
Every single day is so frustrating that they don't even speak to me. They're degrading and humiliating me by getting me to leave them voice messages. They're nodding and waiting. Oh, let's just frustrate Mr. Hussain so he comes out with a racist blur, or he says something that we could that's threatening or intimidating, and then he's helping us make evidence against him so he can then be criminally prosecuted for what he says and his threatening conduct and behavior, while we sit back, do nothing. So we're making money out of doing nothing, and that, my friend, is neglect. You're supposed to do something. You have a duty of care to do something, not to take the money and just sit there and allow the roof to collapse in. This is clear negligence on their part, and their argument will always be, but we didn't do anything. Yes, thank you very much, you didn't do anything, but were you supposed to do something? How have you detained my brother in this manner a period of now 405 days, just unlawfully just come down, abducted him, told a bunch of lies? All right, we'll just say, oh, he was abusing him, he was lying. So your bunch of lies, not even to the courts, because obviously they can tell the lies to the courts and steal the children. They've not even bothered with doing that. They just privately commissioned the police with a bunch of lies saying I was neglecting him, when the reality is that they were neglecting him. So anything that they're doing, Mr. Hussain, you have a right to complain. Your rights, we respect your rights to complain, because soon as you do complain, what we're going to do is we're going to twist it all around and blame you. All right, how are you blaming me for? Can you be blaming me as a member of the public? You have a duty of care. You're the ones that are on public money. You're the one that are collecting council tax. You're the one that are going around telling everybody, oh, we need the public to dip in a bit more because we need more money in social care because it's been in a crisis. So everybody pay a bit more money in your council tax, but then we'll use that money to murder people, buy off the judges, and cover everything up, and use that money to go on holiday. Mr. Browell is now on holiday. He's on holiday until the 19th. So he's relaxing, getting fully paid, his human rights fully protected, his privacy and anonymity fully guarded against, and also being paid at public expense. Isn't it so jolly to be a public servant? Isn't it so jolly to be a social worker? Because the only criteria that needs to be met in order to become a social worker or any public servant for that matter is, are you willing to sell your soul and prostitute out your services and labor for money? All you need to be able to do is come out with an ingenious ways of lying and bullshitting and coming out with ingenious lies, namely making the members of the public, the citizenry that you serve, as they're aggressive. We're just health workers. We're just health workers doing our job. And Mr. Hussain or Mr. Joe Blogs or Mr. Smith is just being so aggressive, and he's just not allowing us to do our job. It's their fault. So they just play this name game, the blame game. Whilst they say, but we are public servants. We are professionals doing a professional job. Lo and behold, we will never lie. Oh, please. You people are lying, cheating crooks that refuse to even speak to me. And the reason they don't want to speak to me because they know after my dealings with them, I record everything and I publicize it. So let me hear you tell lies. He himself, Mr. Browell, at the end of May 2023, was telling me, oh, Mr. Hussain, no, we're not going to take your brother away from you. You're the best person for him. You know, you're his carer. You're his brother. We're never going to take him. We would never take your brother away from you. A couple of months later, what have they done? They've snatched him from my care and clutches because they didn't want to deal with the cost. This is all financially motivated through greed and incompetence and malevolence and fraud and deception, and they're all in on it. The judges, the courts, the police. There is nowhere else. Oh, Mr. Hussain, did you go to the Citizens Advice Bureau? Citizens Advice Bureau? Are you stupid? The Citizens Advice Bureau is simply just a red herring. They're funded by Bradford Council. You know, did you go to this ombudsman? What are ombudsmans going to do? Don't be stupid. Going to ombudsman, they're all run by these people. They're all in on it together, and it's a game. It's a game as far as they're concerned to screw you and your loved ones over, you and your family, and then get you to blame yourself, but you put the person in the care home. I never did that, did I? I've been caring for my family members, and therefore they've forcibly taken me into a care home. So you have a choice. Either you come under economic strains through their neglect, where you then forced to put them into a care home, or alternatively they'll come and snatch them from your house, from your home, and put them into a care home. This is just a simply ongoing facade by these people. But at least, you know, I'm here and I'm recording and I'm publicizing for the whole world to know, because they've taken my brother. I'm never going to get him back. They're going to kill him. They are, because he's got lots of money, and so they're going to kill and murder him off, because that's all they can do, and then they're going to get the grubby little hands on his money. Then and inshallah, God willing, I'll expose them before they murder him off. But that's what they've done to my mother, murdered her off, taken all her money. That's what they've tried to do previously to my older brother. This is a continuation. This is a game for these people: torture, mayhem, and murder, and make money.